welcome to the very first talk story. This series is going to be dedicated to me discussing the first Transformers that I received in my life, but also to show off my artistic talents by drawing the characters that, of course, I speak about. And it's raining where I am right now, which is so appropriate because the first Transformer that I received was during the very same rainy and wet season of Christmas. The excitement was building with all the shiny presents sitting underneath that ornate decorated tree, which my mother would always beautifully decorate every single year. I sat there looking at all the different presents and trying to find my name under that tree and located a huge box, well, bigger than I was used to receiving as gifts. And of course, when Christmas Day came around, that was the first thing I wanted to open. So in 1984, the Transformers was in full swing. The first season of Generation 1 cartoon had released and I had fallen in love. Now when I tore into that wrapping paper and pulled it off of that package, what sat before me was the beautiful luster of a black and red Transformers box. My very first Transformer. This beautiful box had a picture of the commander of the Autobots right next to the window, and inside that window was a red semi-truck and a gray trailer. I was so excited. It was like I was back in the toy aisle again, looking at all the Transformers and other toys that sat on the shelves. I turned the box over to look at the top, and sure enough, the steps of how to transform Optimus Prime were displayed beautifully. The back of the box held wonderful things like the history of the Transformers as well as character specs. And again, artwork that would just tease your mind of future battles you can create in your imagination. Well, as long as you have those figures. And there I can see, laying before me in that styrofoam tray, the leader of the Autobots, the commander of the Autobots, and all his accessories, more than I imagined would be in there. I was excited. I pulled that semi-truck right out of that cavity, and I started to tinker with it because I wanted to get it transformed into his iconic, heroic robot form. And when I did, my heart just filled with so much joy. That memory is going to live on inside me as one of my most happiest moments when it comes to my Transformers collecting. And today, as I collect the new Studio Series and mainline Hasbro figures that are released, I get that same nostalgia from grabbing these characters, these heroic Autobots and evil Decepticons. I feel like a kid again, opening a box and getting to smell that brand new toy smell, which is of course a lot different than it used to be. But it's just those memories, the memories of playing every afternoon with my Transformers figures, and different outcomes. Who's gonna win, the good guys or the bad guys? Reliving my youth through these moments are such a joy. And I remember those brochures, man. I think I spent just as much time looking over those brochures as I did playing with those characters that came in those boxes. Because I used to look over those things and see all the different characters and accessories and things that they'd come with, and the possibilities were endless. So Optimus Prime, commander of the Autobots, was my very first Transformer, and a beautiful memory that I am so happy to share here. I hope this story brought back some nostalgic feels for you if you used to collect, or if you were a child growing up in the 80s and your first experience with Optimus Prime was just as fantastic as mine. I will be sharing more to come, and I hope you stick around for this talk story, that little shot of nostalgia from the 1980s. So this is my very first talk story. See you next time.